So once again, welcome to my channel, and in today's video, we are going to see memory hierarchy. So in this memory hierarchy, at the top, we have got registers. Already we have come across registers in our beginning videos. So see, inside the processor, registers are there. So they will be the fastest storage element. Why? Because they are nearest to the processor. So processor can act on instruction or data that is present inside the registers, right? They are the fastest, but the problem is of space and the cost. Due to that, we have got limited number of registers, right? And that their number is limited and access time is typical access time is less than a half nanosecond, right? Then next is your after registers and between the main memory, now we are introducing one more memory that we used to term as cache memory. Cache memory is designed using SRAM technology. Hope you remember, in case of SRAM, 1 bit of storage is implemented using your uh, 6 number of transistors. So 6 number of transistors can store 1 bit of data. So it will not be a denser memory, and cost will be also higher compared to your DRAM memory, because in DRAM memory you require 1 transistor, 1 capacitor. Here you require 6 number of transistors. More hardware, more cost. So due to your density thing and your next is cost, we have smaller size cache memory. One cache memory we used to have on the processor chip, that we used to call as on chip primary cache or level 1 cache. Level 1 short form is L1. So see, it is designed using SRAM technology and its size is 8 to 64 KB and access time is 1 nanosecond, right? Then next one is secondary memory. Sorry, the next one is secondary cache. Secondary cache, another name is L2 cache. L2 cache means level 2 cache. Level 2 cache is your off-chip cache. That means it is not present inside the processor chip. It is off-chip cache and it is between the main memory and primary cache. So it is also designed using your SRAM technology. It is in size, it is between main memory size and primary cache. That means it is bigger than primary cache and smaller than main memory. And its time to access is 3 to 10 nanosecond and capacity is 512 kilobyte to 8 megabytes. Then next in our hierarchy comes is your main memory. Main memory is designed using DRAM technology, right? So for storing 1 bit of information, we require 1 transistor, 1 capacitor. So we can provide a bigger size main memory. But the one but is there, that but is that here it is slower. Why it is slower? Because of the refreshing required. As we know, in DRAM technology, information is stored in the form of a charge on a capacitor. So charge used to discharge due to the leakage present, and for that what we have to do, we need to periodically refresh the main memory. And whenever we are doing the refresh operation, that time what happens, memory is not available for your read and write operation. So due to that, main memory is slower. Already I have told this. So in our main memory, next is our main memory. So main memory is designed using DRAM technology. Size is on higher side, 4 to 16 GB. Access time is 50 to 100 nanosecond, right? And your L2 cache is in within 10 nanosecond, right? Then the next one in our hierarchy is secondary storage, secondary memory. Secondary memory is your serial access device. So their speed is your mechanical speed. So speed will come in your millisecond, because this rotational and latency time will seek time and latency time will be there. Transfer time is not very big, but your latency and seek time will be in milliseconds. Due to that, access time in case of secondary storage will come in 5 to 10 millisecond. And but here the benefit part is we can provide a bigger size secondary memory. So whole of things are present on secondary memory. From there we get in main memory. Then from main memory, whatever is most frequently required, we are going to put in L2 cache. From there again another subset will put in the primary cache. Out of that again selected ones will be put in the registers. So this is how the data moves in the hierarchy. And see here, data or instruction, whatever it is. And see, in our hierarchy, as we go down, our size increases. And as we go down, our speed also decreases. And as we go higher in our hierarchy, our cost per bit will increase. That we have already seen. So this is all about your memory hierarchy. Then next, I will discuss that cache memory concept. So the first point is why cache memory is required. So the why cache memory is required, because see, we have our processor and our memory. So to execute something instruction, we need to brought into the processor, that we have seen before also. And if we need to act on some data, that also we need to bring into the processor, then only we can act on it. And see, processor is of higher speed, memory will take some time to give you the instruction and data. During that time, what processor will do? Processor has to wait for the instruction and data. So during that time, that computational capability of CPU will be wasted, because it cannot perform anything waiting for data and instruction. So during that time, CPU is not doing anything. So to keep CPU busy, what we are going to do, we are going to connect between the processor and main memory one higher speed memory, and that higher speed memory we used to call as a cache memory. Why it is required? To provide a better performance, to provide CPU all the time some computational task. Otherwise, what happens? Processor has to wait for a longer time to get the instruction or the data. During that time, processor is not utilizing its CPU cycles, so it is getting wasted. So see, what happens is processor is much faster than our main memory. That we know. As a result, the processor has to spend much of its time waiting while instructions and data are being fetched from the main memory. We know that WMFC, then we have to wait, right? Then whenever we come out of WMFC, that time only that instruction or data will be in MDR. From there, it will be sent to the required place, and the working will move on. So see here, in our this speed mismatch, major obstacle towards what? Your achieving good performance, because our uh, performance will be performance will performance is going to be hampered by due to this your slower speed of the main memory, right? So speed of the main, and another point is the speed of the main memory we cannot increase beyond a certain point. So the now the point is what we are going to do. We cannot increase the speed of the main memory, and processor is faster. So we are connecting one, and we are providing one architectural arrangement, that is between memory and the processor will connect your cache memory, but that will appear to the processor that it is connected to a faster main memory, because the existence of your cache memory is transparent to the processor. Processor will generate addresses with respect to main memory, but if the instruction or data is present in cache memory, then we are going to refer it from there only. So thereby we are going to decrease the time to refer to my data and instruction. So processor will feel that it is connected to a faster main memory, right? And this cache memory is based on the property of programs known as your locality of reference. So in our next video, I'm going to discuss what is locality of reference. Till then, thank you. And if you are getting from my videos, then please do not forget to like my videos and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.